I got the glutes, I got the calves, I got the abs. I got the glutes, I got the calves, I got the abs. It's time to get lit, it's time to get fit. Let's meal prep and get it in, get it in. Get lit, transformation, freedom, and innermost heaven. Let's hit the gym and get fit, get fit. Get lit,
Well, hello. It's Tina with an Enriched by Tina. And let me tell you something, honey. We had holy convocation, baby. And that's where I was last night to about almost midnight. I didn't get to bed because I calmed down. So I've been in here scrambling around this morning, but so good to see you, Lakeisha, and it's one other person. So let me get my life together over here. How y'all doing? Good morning, Mother Loretta. How y'all doing? I'm telling you, and look, so your girl is woo, like Jesus, take the whole wheel. Um, just take the whole wheel. We had a good time. I fell asleep and gotta rewatch. Oh, last night. Yes, girl, it was good. Girl, let me tell you. You know, we ain't used to all of that. But but I remember, honey, you have to take you a nap during the day to be able to hang during convocation because baby, they going to church. And that band last night, y'all, the band, okay, the band. The band was banding, okay? So yeah, you have to take you a nap because they going to church, okay? And so you have to be prepared for all of that. And so that's probably where most of the people at this morning. We was hanging up late last night, and yes. Listen, be like, okay, come on through, come all the way through. But we're still making better choices. Good morning, Mother McKnight. We are still on a series, and I forgot we done got to the third week. Let me go go back to my notes. Um, it was a three-part series. And so we have entered as the power of the choice was first week. Choices in daily life was the second section we were on. And now this is the third week. Good morning, Tanya. So good to see you. And it is overcoming temptation and distraction. I forgot to tell you that we done started to now. How are we gonna see when we have to make better choices in life? Um, we have to know the different phases that we in. And so the first phase, the first 7 days that we talked about, I said, Dad, I ain't know we've been on this for we going into the third week. On this is the power of choice. And God gives us that. He gives us that free will. And then we went on into what we can do on a daily basis. And now we have armed ourselves with all those things and all those tools. It brings us to now. Okay, you got these tools, you got these things. We get ready to give you something that is going to that's gonna help you when you start getting distracted. Cause you know how that joker do. He gonna come with something. So overcoming temptation and distractions is what we'll be talking about for the next few days. Well, now it's 5 more days on this topic, but wanted to give you a overview because we've made some progress. And so by now certain things shouldn't it shouldn't trip us up, or at least if it do, it shouldn't trip us up to the point that we don't have enough tools in our tool belt, in our toolkit, to help shift us and get us back on track. And so good morning, Dr. Lejeune. Good morning, Teresa. I was telling them we've been in convocation last night. I was dragging a little bit this morning because they churched last night, okay? And then they churched again after the preached word. So, you know, little straggling this morning, but we have the tools and the techniques that we need. And so the let me take this sip right here. The I have everybody that calls and checks and balances on me. And so I done made a pact with the I done made a pact with the pharmacist that works with my primary doctor. As our pastor would say, okay, this is story time. I made a pact with her. Good morning, Deborah. So good to see you. Yeah, it was late, and baby, they churched a little bit more after she preached. I said, "Woo, we dogging," as Jed Clapper would say, "We dogging." So I had made a pact with the lady about a month ago. She called me, and she was like, I went to the doctor. It might have been in April. The numbers was numbering, right? So they gave me this medicine, and I took it for a little bit. Then it made me feel a type of way. So I stopped taking it. She calls me back. No, you need to take the medicine. And you know how it goes, a little yo-yo effect. So I made a pact with her that okay, I get it. But I didn't want to take the medicine. I just don't want to take the medicine. And so the doctor told me a whole bunch of stuff. Then she comes back. And so yesterday she called just to check in, see what I'm doing. And I told her I had done went rogue again. And it was I had just talked to a couple of people. I just got in my mind, okay, chick, you get ready to be 55. And the body does what the body does, and you're getting older, and there are certain things, if you don't feed the body the right stuff, y'all know. And I told her how I'm really, really torn in between all these things. And then it's like the Holy Ghost kicked in and said, "You've been talking about making a better choice, choosing some different things. You motivating the people, you getting the people, and then here you are talking about you ain't gonna do something. Like it's the better choice at the moment because it's the better choice. Like at this point, it's like it's almost like I'm playing Russian roulette. I had to come to Jesus meeting with myself, and then I start going back, rehearsing and thinking about all the things that we've been talking about. And that's when I went back through my notes and I said, okay, good morning, Zandra. You um you can't be telling people one thing and then you over here doing the opposite. The Holy Ghost, when I tell you he got me, he like grabbed me. And so I said, well, when I get home, I'm gonna look for the medicine. You hear what I said, look, because I done about throwed it in never land. And I said, if I don't have it, I'll call you back and say I don't have it. And so I said, Tina, you gotta take responsibility. And I said, wow. Like, and y'all know I do stuff in real time, real life. And so I don't hold no punches. I don't hold no. If I'm struggling or if I done something that ain't had no business, I tell you, like I ate them cookies the other day. Um, And that was a temptation. And I said, okay, we've been talking about these distractions, temptations. You know that if you don't prepare yourself, meaning you need to go to the grocery store, you need to get the right stuff in here because you can't get mad with Brother Blackman because he's taking his medicine and he's doing the things that he need to do. And he said something to me yesterday that, Bro Black don't say much, but it was so profound. And so when it makes me think about thinking like Christ, what we're talking about today, um, it made me start, reevaluating some things and some choices. I'm on this journey. And like I said, I'm getting my whole life together in real time. Y'all look, okay, let me just put this back because I don't know what that was all about. I guess I forgot. But how many of you have found yourself doing something, well, declaring you're gonna do something, and then you find yourself you don't retract? Put it in the chat. Me, like I've done that. Like you said you was gonna do something, and then it was not as easy as you thought it was gonna be, and then you found yourself retracting back. I just want to know if I'm okay. All I need is two or three. Okay, there it is. We got two. He said, "Where the two or three witness, let it be established." Okay, so that's what this thing when I start thinking about this, and it says, Philippians 4:8, and we said, I said so all the time, and it's whatsoever things are trust, just, and true, and lovely, and if it be any virtue, be any praise, is that. Um, no, that is not. You know what? I thought that's what that was. Well, let me go back. I might be somewhere else this morning because let me go back and see. Philippians 4:8 reminds us that. Let me go back because y'all, I think I got the wrong, but that's okay. Let me go back. Philippians 4:8. Let me pull it up because lest I forget, I got the I was thinking about something else. So now I'm gonna have to pull up the King James version. Give me a minute. Talk amongst yourselves right quick. Because I was thinking about whatsoever thing that was lovely, just, and pure. And um, okay, I wasn't. It says final. I wasn't off, y'all. Finally, brother, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are good report. If there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things. And come on. Yes, I had to reevaluate myself, mother. I did. So when you start thinking on these things, let me see what it says. And I was in the right place, y'all. Sometimes you second guess yourself, but I be right on it. Be dead on Johnny on Spot. So brothers and sisters here, continue to think on things that are good and worthy of praise. Think on the things that are true and honorable and right and pure and beautiful and respected. Um, um, because you said I'm gonna send you the link that maybe sent me to find the books easier. Okay. Okay. Do that, honey. I will take any help I can. Because that's what we are. We're help us one to another. And so I'm like, God, I had to sit with myself and say, ma'am, no ma'am, Pam. You can't be over here telling people to change their thoughts and their patterns and doing all these things, and then you over here, the doctor done told you. And so she had to come back and remind me. And I had to just say, Lord, I repent because that's one thing I don't want to be is a hypocrite. Like I don't want him to say, get away from me. I never knew you. Yes, I'm improving our mindset. And so for me, it's like go to the grocery store. And if you think you can't go to Walmart and not go over there in that section where they got that clearance section, guess what you do? You got Walmart Plus. Get your grocery order. Get back to food prepping. And me and my coworker was talking about that, and she was, was talking about some things, and I said, you know what? The stuff and the choices that we make, even though we it may be sometimes some of the healthier choices may not be the best choice for you. And so I said, Tina, you know what to do. And that was one of the things my friend said, you know what? I believe you. You can do this. You done it before. So you can do it again. You just gotta get your mindset to it. And she talked to me last night. She said, and get back to cooking those vegetables. Get back out there doing what you were doing. And Dara was like, you can't do you are not doing what you were doing 5 and 6 years ago. He said, you're just not doing it. I said, what you mean? He said, you will exercise in the morning and in the night. You used to exercise twice a day. And he said, and you would not, and I repeat, you would not eat certain stuff. I was reading my labels. So guess what I said? Mind over matter. You better believe it. So guess what? I'm getting ready to start back reading these labels, cooking my own food. And even when I go out to eat, what I used to do is I would go out to eat. As soon as I get my plate, um, I would cut it in half. It is. And if I keep pressing um breakthrough, she said it right there, it's on the other side of discomfort. It didn't. I think as you Tree said, oh, do you think it's gonna be easy just to give up and start moving and doing in the right direction and getting the power that you need? So the first thing I want to say, your thoughts do set the tone for your life. If you start thinking all this crazy stuff, well, I can just eat just one cookie. Oh, it ain't gonna hurt me to go to dot this and blah blah this. And so I know the rest of the summer I got a lot of events to go to, like a lot. And so it's like when you go into these events, you got to do one or two things. You're gonna have to say no to some stuff. And okay, so we can do that via Zoom. Keisha show can, because me and my friend, we was on the phone and she cooked her son Sunday dinner and I was meal prep for the week. While she was cooking her Sunday dinner, I had done chopped up my stuff, got all my stuff, had my meal prep, and had everything together. So yes, because I want to live. Because this is, I think, uh the key thing is what you're putting in your body. And the food is not like it used to be. It's not like what didn't we, Tanya? We did that thing. And she done cooked her Sunday dinner and I had the meal prep for 2 or 3 days. Um, yes, a heavy no to the bad choices. So we have to put in our mind every decision starts with a thought. And if it's negative, baby, it's gonna start feeding into more negative stuff, and then you're gonna find yourself in a whole pickle that you don't even realize. Now you done got yourself in a rut of this stinking thinking, and it's no way the positivity. It's like this. It's blocked. Like God say, I want to do something, but all this stuff you done piled up. See all this stuff, just keep piling. You can't even see me because it's blocked. It's like God looking for us, and it's boom, boom, boom. So we have to begin to cast down these thoughts and tell God to help us. And God gives us the next point I want to say, He gives us a thought filter. This verse is not just for encouragement. When you go back and look at Philippians 4 and 8, I mean, when you start thinking about all that stuff, if it's not true, if it's not noble, if it's not pure, then it doesn't belong in your mind. Because it said if it be any virtue, think on these things. And so when you start thinking that stinking thinking, and it's not the stuff that God is saying for us, then we need to cast it down And Teresa, what's that word that you say whenever you put out something negative and then you want to cancel it right then? Because guess what? You don't want the seed to grow. Good morning, Margaret. So good to see you. You don't want that seed to grow because we already know if you plant a seed and you water it and you give it everything that it needs, and every time you say something about this, it keep piling, piling, piling. And next thing you know, you done got yourself a whole tree. A whole tree. Crop failure. Because we don't want that thing to grow. So when we start thinking about this, thinking about, we started out this whole thing. This is a mindset thing. And no, I'm not where I was, 2 months ago when we started this. Well, almost 2 months, because it's about to be July. Because I started going live May 1st. So we have to say crop failure. Cancel everything that I just said. Don't want this stuff to take root, because when it take root, it becomes it is when something is rooted, and we've been talking about these roots and growing and blossoming, and in the plants, and when there's a tree that the tree, the foundation and the roots of it is messed up, and that's why they always talk about it's the little foxes that spoil the vine. And so it's the little stuff. It's the little things. It's the little thoughts that start becoming reality. And then when you start making your thoughts reality, baby, you got yourself in a whole mess. Reverend Penny, you can attest, if the members come to you and they, whoa, it's me, and they start coming on this kind of stuff, it will put you in a pickle. You won't be able to focus. So the last thing I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna get out your way, is that we have to what you meditate on, you multiply. You say, what you talking about? Meaning what you give life to, like what you focus on. Like, I know there was a time that it was a group of a few of us, and we just was we was going in on everything that we didn't like and what we didn't and all this other stuff. Um and it start manifesting itself. And then when I start looking, I'm like, you know what? I said ABC. And we know life and death is in the power of the tongue. Like, so we have to be very, very careful, especially those of us that's in leaderships, because when you're in leadership, um, not that I'm not saying one that, but there's a higher standard. What at least it should be. You should want to present yourself in a way that someone would say, you know what, I want to be like her. You don't want anybody. My very first sermon I preached was, what are you reproducing? Because when you think about in Genesis, it says he he made man and God and Adam and Eve, and told them to be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. What are you reproducing? That was what I thought. What are you reproducing? So when he telling you to be fruitful and multiply, a lot of times we looked at that as have a bunch of kids, but it's also leading by example. What are you producing? What are you putting in this atmosphere? Like, what have you said that now has manifested because of what you said? So we have to think about that. If you start meditating on, I don't like this and I don't like that, and they doing this and they doing that and blah blah this, and we do it on the job, you do it in churches, it becomes that us and them, you know, and them, us is just as bad as them. Let's just go and put it out there. We just as terrible as they are, because guess what? The us is it be you and your crew, and them is them and their crew, and then it's like the odds of the two. Neither one of you ain't hitting on the hill of beans. if the truth be told. And one group may not even be studying the other group, but it's just you think that. So when you start meditating on stuff, it start manifesting itself. Then you start seeing exactly what you say. You have exactly what you say. Y'all remember a year ago about this time, coming up on a year, and then I started. Yeah, we have to represent God in excellence at all times, because I run into people in the grocery store. I see people everywhere, and they say, "Girl, you is crazy. I be following you, and I see you in those red boots, and you be on social media, and I see you here, and honey, you love to travel. Let me go with you, blah." And I don't even have a clue that, because just because people are talking, there are people that ain't even, that's watching me right now, that ain't even said one word. Don't even let me know they even watching. I don't even know that people are watching, or have watched even on the replay, until they come back and say, "Girl, you was all up in my business the other day when I saw you. You was on there. Well, why you ain't say nothing to me?" Well, that's just some people's MO. They may not be able to respond. They may be just listening. They may be at work. And I'm thankful. Hey, I'm grateful. Well, yeah, looking buddies. But some people are listening and they want to support. And so they say, and then some people is just looking. Good morning, yet praise. And so sometimes it's good to know I got some fellow sisters or some fellow brothers, because like I have brothers that say they be following me. My oldest brother, he calls me Hollywood, and he said um and so I said, listen, I I appreciate that, because my brother he see that I'm Hollywood. Okay, so guess what? I receive every bit of it. Yes, right here. Dr. June said it so good. So we have to be so much careful what we put our energy in. And as a leader, we must be mindful of our action and how we talk to people, and people listen. Listen, I don't want no blood. Dr. June, don't make me send you this link and just tell you to come on here. Um, and I might do that sometime, like in the evening, because I know some people like, "Girl, I ain't up and dressed and ready to be on no screen at no 5:45." But we can do a live at nighttime and join on. And I used to do that. And so I said, you know what? I'll start back doing that in the evenings. Because I don't know what God is doing or developing in me, but I'm just gonna obey him. I'm gonna do what he said, um and follow through to what he's giving me these instructions. And sometimes it's the little stuff that he want to see. Are you gonna obey? Like, who would want to get up at 5:45 and do a live in the morning? Nobody. But he said, I'm gonna see if she gonna obey and see if she gonna do just this. It's just a simple thing. And so I appreciate you all coming back, because I wouldn't have nobody to talk to. But the Lord said, even if it ain't but one person that come, do it. Because it's not about the people. It's something I'm trying to teach you. And y'all know me. I'll be like, okay, well, Lord, did I get it yet? No, you ain't got it yet. You ain't got it. So guess what? I'm obey his will and do what he say, because this is something he's developing something in me. And discipline and consistency is a thing that I know that I have to work on. And so I'm getting diligently, and each and every day I'm getting better and better. And then my choices that I'm doing, even in my eating, I'm doing better. I'm not where I was. I'm not wilding out. I'm not eating chips and cookies every day. But do I fall short sometimes? Every now and then the body go through that. So now it's like, Tina, you are going away for the weekend. So I got to make some choices. I got to make sure that in the choices, because I can't say, well, I'll wait till I come back. Because guess what? I start back up. I got to make a decision and start today. I have to choose me and choose life. And one of the things, you play those games, and that's one of the things that is said to me on the thing. It said, you put your others before you. You need to start taking care of you. And so me taking care of me is putting the right stuff in my body. So I'm getting better with my water. This morning I just drink it right out of the bottle. I have been putting it in some cucumber water, and I'm gonna still do some of those other things. And now it's like go to the grocery store, order your stuff. So I'm gonna put a Walmart order in on my way coming home Sunday. So when I get home Sunday, I can make a better choice for the week. So when Brother Black he brought some Swiss rolls in here, y'all. And the same night I ate some cookies, I had forgot about to tell y'all I ate that Swiss roll. I tossed and turned all night long. And then I said, you know what? Just cause it's in here, that don't mean you gotta partake. Just cause somebody bringing something to you, don't mean you need to. So, I always leave you with a thought. So this week, and I'm writing down, and y'all, sometimes I write down, sometimes I don't, but I'm trying to get better with journaling. And so, and a friend reminded me the other night, you ain't got to get deep in the journal, just write something. And so I'm starting this process of really getting it a heavy no. Listen, it's June. Sometimes when you don't pass the test, you have to keep doing the retake and the retake, and then the instructor looking at you like, how many more times you got to take this? So put something down, figure out what's the one thought, and you may have several, but I want you just to focus in on one, because if you like me, if I got like 50 things to do, they're not getting done. So I'm gonna focus on one thought. You are yet because you keep going on and on and on, and next thing you know, you don't thought yourself in the pickle. So that's why I said, you know what, I'm gonna take that one thought, and I'm gonna stop overthinking this journal. If it ain't nothing but, man, I'm feeling the type of way, right? Put the date and move on, and then go back and look at it, and you see, man, I see the progress. And so then find you a scripture to go with it that will keep you focused, keep you motivated. And I've been doing some affirmations and saying them like, I will make a better choice for my body. I'm more than what the scale. The scale be like messing me up. So guess what? I told my doctor, I said, I'm gonna let you weigh me. I don't even want to know. Not right now. I said, because if I get on that weight, then now the scale becomes something that be like get me over. And so Mother Loretta has challenged me. And she gave me a cute shirt. It's yellow too. It's off the shoulder. She said, this your motivation. If when you get in this shirt, you know you done been doing what you're supposed to do. Yes, I sure will. I'm more than a conqueror through Christ Jesus. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna replace things with God's perspective. I'm doing it in real time, y'all. Like real time, like as they say, for real, for real. Like I'm gonna start doing a little bit more in real time. So when the enemy tries to come for me, I got my tools in my tool belt, right? And so because I'm more than a conqueror. Thank you so much. So if you're ready to choose the truth, just put I choose truth. If you're gonna switch your mindset, put it in the I choose truth. Meaning we're not gonna believe no more of these lies of the enemy, but we also got to do our part. And so I have I have repented, and now I'm moving forward, and I'm gonna do my part. And so I am doing my meal prep, and when I go away, I know where we're eating a couple places. So guess what I'm gonna do? Look on that menu and go ahead on and make my choices. So whenever it's time to make a choice, I'm not struggling with it. I already gonna have a plan. And so I'm gonna bring some of my own, snacks and things and stuff. So that way I would have a plan. So when there are different choices available, I have the right choice that I need to fuel my body. Okay, I choose truth. I see it. I see it. Okay. I see we choosing. We're going to choose truth because we're going to walk in whatsoever things that are just, that are that are pure, that are of a good report. Good morning, Z. So good to see you. We're going to choose a life today. And that's the thing, when the doctor talked to me, and I told her, I said, you done told me off in a nice way. And she said, well, I wasn't trying to tell you off a fuss. She said, I said, but you put it in a perspective that what I'm doing today is helping my future. And when I start thinking about it, she said, because 5 years from now, y'all, 5 years from now, I will be 60. And some of you all that are already pushing or closer to 60, y'all can attest to this. Like, things that you could do 5 years ago, your body is now saying, no, not today. And so if I do my part today, I'm stepping into my future. And so if the blood pressure and these sugar numbers and all these numbers is rising, and it's starting to push me over into a another level of stuff. I don't want to be a diabetic. I don't want to have high blood pressure or heart attack or stroke. So if I'm doing something today to prevent these things, like, my chances of something happening and I do nothing is very great. And that's what she said. That's this basically what she told me. We're doing things to prevent. And I said, you know what? I talked to my cousin who had a stroke. She was in the shower. Thank God she got out of the shower. But as soon as she got out of the shower, she had a stroke. And not just a small one, a major one, where one side of her body, she had to learn how to do everything all over. My brother had a quadruple um heart surgery. My daddy had a whole heart attack. So I'm like, okay, girl, your genetics are your genetics. And if you're not doing nothing to help combat your genetics. So and as much as I don't want to take the medicine, I found the prescription. I took the medicine last night, and I told her I would take the cholesterol pill every other night, and I'm gonna continue to make my better choices, and um do my workout at the house and indoors somewhere. And my daughter has agreed, because she's looking at her body and she's seeing that her body's changing and forming, and she looking at me because she like, Dad, I remember mama was my size. So if I don't keep doing something, eventually I'm gonna look like mama. And then I'm gonna have the issues that my mama had. So she's now determined in her life that she need to get up and walk. So we gonna get up and walk early mornings, which will help me, because the heat, y'all, be heating out there. And I the way my body is set up and things is going on, heat, too hot don't help me, and too cold. I have to be somewhere in the middle. And so, and listen, and it's not that it's not hot, it's just the sun ain't beaming, because baby, you wake up, it's 80 and 90 something degrees first thing in the morning. But I'm making some better decisions. So I have to get up and get moving and get myself together. And y'all know I'm learning, the line dance. So I'm doing different things to do some other stuff. Well, I'm so glad you tuned in, Deborah. I'm glad this was something you needed. I needed it, and I had to come on with the truth. Come on with it. Come on. So y'all, we are going to do a thought detox. That's what we're doing. We're taking and we are doing crop failure to all these toxic thoughts that we have about ourselves and about what we're doing. And we're going to choose the truth. And the truth is that God is for us. And who? But with God being for us, we have to do the right things too. So y'all, I'll see y'all Lord willing in the morning. I am traveling And so I will be at what's the day? It's today Friday. Tomorrow's Friday. So I'll figure out a way that because I'll be traveling, that I won't, wake somebody up. But yeah. Um, okay, we got this, and we can get together and let's talk, and let's swap and do some things. Yes, all right. I see you. Yeah. Yes, yes, I'm taking the medicine. I can't. I had a come to Jesus meeting yesterday, and I'm choosing life. And every day I'm making a step towards the right decision to do the right thing. And I'll say, God, one day I'm not gonna have to take this medicine because my body gonna do what it needs to do. I'm gonna feed the body. It's gonna heal, restore, and repair itself. And God, I'm gonna be okay. Okay. Yes, thought detox. Listen, it don't feel good, but it's necessary. I want to live. And that's when she put it like that. I'm preparing for my future. Just like I get in God's word and I want to stay and I'm preparing to make it to heaven. I want to live as long as God has my days on here. I don't want to leave here from premature. And so we're on a thought detox. All right, y'all. I didn't mean to stay this long, but here we are. I see y'all in the morning, same time, same back channel. We got this because we got a big God who is going to help us, and we're going to think like Christ. All right. Take care.
Baby, now tell me exactly how you feel. I'm just trying to keep it real. Let me love you on the inside. Love you on the inside. Tell me exactly what you mean. You mean everything to me. Let me love you on the inside.